Hello, we're here with a fresh batch of talented artists.
All eager to meet some fascinating sitters.
It's a brand new series of Portrait Artist of the Year.
Over the next 10 weeks, some of Britain and Ireland's most accomplished artists will have their skills put to the test.
Under a bit of pressure.
Creating a portrait in only 4 hours.
I've never painted so quick in my life.
Well, I can't go back. I can only go forward.
Lined up to sit for them, a distinguished cast, drawn from very different walks of life.
Oh, wonderful.
Amazing.
I want you to make me look younger than Joan.
So we're allowed to move about and stuff, aren't we?
I mean,
no?
they prefer you not to.
How do you want me?
Comfortable.
Yeah, great.
That's dynamic, I like that.
Shoulders high.
OK. OK, is that good? How does that feel?
Artists, can I ask you, please, to turn your easels?
I'm quite nervous.
Oh, wow. Oh, goodness.
Whoa!
Oh, holy monkeys, Batman.
And at stake is an amazing prize, a £10,000 commission to paint celebrated violinist Nicola Benedetti for the Scottish National Portrait Gallery.
But first, they'll need to impress our judges. Independent curator Kathleen Soriano, award-winning artist Tai-Shan Schierenberg, and art historian Kate Bryan.
If I make a mistake, how are you going to notice?
We'll do our best to notice any mistakes, dude.
So, who will have the self-belief?
If you can give me good vibes, let's go. Rory, you're great.
Rory, you're great.
Thank you.
And the staying power?
This is the same struggle that I felt with my self-portrait. Going over things, you know.
Artists.
To get them through to the semi-final.
Anything you found difficult about painting him?
It's the face and the hands, mainly.
Apart from the face and the hands.
Well, the T-shirt wasn't easy either. But...
Ah, well, I mean, the face, the hands, and the body in a portrait are not that important. Of the 9 artists vying for glory today, 4 are professional. Teddy Lenner, Alicia France, Shane Berkery, and Araminta Laurie.
I'm really passionate about art. I'm really passionate about portraiture. I suppose I'd like to produce something authentic. All I can do is try and do my best.
And 5 are amateur. Kat Hughes, Tony Robinson, Joseph Dupre, Nicola Cummings, and Denny Waterhouse.
I've watched the programmes for quite a few years now, so it does mean quite a lot being here because it feels like I've achieved something really big.
While the artists settle into their new surroundings, the judges examine the self-portraits that won them a place in today's heat. Judges, we have a wall of intrigue and delight for you this morning. The first one, a bit of an intense gaze looking back at us.
I love an etching, not just for the grubbiness of it, but also I get a sense of the metal that's been used to make it.
From the wispy beard to the lovely lines on the shirt, it's magical.
This next one is not my love child.
We've just got such a big, large head to get into, and you start almost looking at it in an abstract way.
Yeah, I think it's a tour de force in terms of detail without it being photographic. It's
so forlorn, isn't it? I think what is absolutely magical is the way that they've used the drip of the paint to emulate steam on a mirror. It's just so intelligent to kind of break the dimensionality between the artist space and the painting itself.
It feels like we've been watching a film and it's between a couple of frames. I just think the colours are wild, but it works incredibly well. I think it's in the tradition of the ennui, the paintings of boredom.
You get the sense that she's surrounded by her friends, yet she's isolated and lonely somehow.
Now, what's happening here? The mask has slipped, there's some sort of scar on the neck.
It comes from another age, except that the mask
clearly positions it in our time. But I love the restraint of the palette.
I feel so strongly in my bones that this is painted in Australia.
Yes,
And
I do as well.
Yeah, I have no idea
Why?
why. It's so convincing. I love the fact that the artist is silhouetted, and it's just so charming. They've got such a good handle on this cross-hatching, and yet it's matched with this extremely contemporary presentation, not just the pretty unflattering angle, but the way the head is decapitated by the bottom of the page.
This next one reminds me of paintings like The Marriage of Arnolfini. Instead of a globe or a skull, we have a cat and a hot water bottle.
Yeah, the symbolism is just glorious.
But you've got to worry about what an artist can do in a day, because this could have easily taken a year. I mean, it's spectacular.
Well, what a tantalising wall. Let's see what they get up to. With favourite pens and brushes selected, the artists are now ready to meet today's sitters. Artists, with your sitter today, dreams can come true, and the semi-final is not out of reach. Please welcome singer-songwriter Gabrielle. Hello, hello. Have a seat.
Oh, wonderful.
Amazing.
You should have seen the gasp of delight and surprise when your name was mentioned.
After all these decades, thank you.
Are you looking for anything in particular today?
You know something? I'm vain. Just make me look as wonderful as possible, please. I'm just here at your mercy. Whatever you want me to do within reason, I'll do it.
So do whatever you like, just make her look amazing.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
They're going to find a position for you to sit in all day. I'll leave you to it.
Right. Where do you want me?
Okay.
It's not fair that somebody's going to get ahead.
Yeah, if you can face kind of that towards that general
That
direction.
way? Yeah. Is that okay? Oh, that's beautiful.
Artists, this world-famous tattoo artist, television presenter, and former ballerina has amassed a huge social media following, and she is in herself a sort of work of art. Please welcome Grace Neutral. You're very welcome indeed. Now, I know that it was because of an accident when you were at the Royal Ballet that you took up this world. What happened?
I dislocated my hip, so that took me out the running. But then I found the world of tattooing, and that kind of just took over.
It took over you, didn't it?
It did, yeah.
Now, the artists are going to discuss with you how you're going to sit for them.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave it to them.
Hi, guys. Do you want me to do anything with my hands? Cross my legs?
What would feel natural?
This is kind of a natural pose for me, I guess.
Okay. Artists, your sitter today is an actor whose roles span from the Tudor period in Wolf Hall via the Renaissance with Medici into the 1960s with The Queen's Gambit. But here for you right now is Jacob Fortune-Lloyd. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you.
You have a lot of period drama on your CV, Jacob.
I do.
Out of the three different looks, Tudor, Renaissance, 60s, what was your favourite?
I mean, wearing fur and leather in the summer.
No, but at work I'm talking about.
No, the 60s.
Yeah. Excellent. I will leave you in their capable hands.
Fantastic. So, how would you like me to sit?
Perhaps at this sort of position,
Like
with
this?
the arms on the wrist.
You need to be comfortable because it's going to be 4 hours. So.
Had a second cup of coffee, which is definitely a bad idea when you've had to sit down for 4 hours. OK.
Artists, you have 4 hours to complete your portrait. Good luck, everyone. Your time starts now.
Many artists will have some nerves when it comes to painting a portrait against the clock. But for one, today's 4-hour time limit is something of a luxury.
I paint outdoors quite a bit, so I'm used to painting fairly quickly because of the sun. And I don't usually get a sitter to sit for me if I'm painting a portrait for as long as 4 hours, so this should be a treat for me.
Newcastle-born Tony Robinson is an amateur artist now living in County Wexford, Ireland. His self-portrait was made in Florida when Tony was painting outdoors and came across his reflection in an empty shop window.
Tony, where do you think the essence lies with Jacob?
Well, I'm trying not to get involved in the features too much.
Okay.
While on the one hand, people say with a portrait, you know, catching the essence of the person and all that, I don't really believe in that very much, to be honest.
Okay,
I think
like that. And all that, yes, okay.
if I think of a nose as being a nose or an eye as being an eye, I get bogged down. You're far better to find the shapes, find the abstract, and then you'll have an interesting painting,
Okay.
I think.
It seems to be working for you, so I'll let you get on with it.
All right, thanks.
Gabrielle is one of the best singers that I've ever heard. This is a person who I've been waiting to paint all my life. I mean, it's just incredible. I can't believe that I'm here painting her. You know, I'm so impressed.
Art teacher Nicola Cummings lives in Harrow in Middlesex. When she's not painting, Nicola likes to sew and is part of a group that has made costumes for the Notting Hill Carnival and the London Olympics.
Nicola, you're off to a flying start. You've given us a 3/4 length figure, the background's already filled in. And are you pleased with your sitter?
I'm very pleased with my sitter.
She's got a nice body language, hasn't she? Gabrielle's really holding herself.
Yeah, I normally do kind of quite close up.
Yeah.
Because we've got this wonderful, sensuous black fabric, let's use it and paint it as well.
Well, it's a really good-looking start.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Can I ask, are your eyes tattooed?
Yes, I got my eyes tattooed about 11 years ago.
Wow.
It's a pretty traumatic experience.
Wow.
I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, I'll probably pass on that one myself. But,
Yeah.
but it makes for a good painting, so.
Thank you very much.
Alicia France is a professional artist who also works part-time as a receptionist. Her Old Masters-inspired submission was painted on aluminium, which is also her preferred surface today.
So, Alicia, how did you start working with metals?
Well, I started off etching.
So you had enough with scratching into the metal and decided you were going to paint on it instead? What are the things that you have to sort of consider that are different with working on metal?
Obviously, it sits on the surface very differently than the oil paint.
OK.
And I found that the lighter the colour seems to stick better for some reason.
OK.
It can be a bit difficult getting them first layers on.
Well, you've done well in that challenge.
Hopefully.
Shane, it seems to me you have lucked out here. What a fantastic profile that is.
I know. I'm really happy with it.
Did you come with a game plan today?
No, not really. I'm just going to try and be patient and try catch the likeness as best I can. But I do usually take around 2 weeks to complete a painting.
Okay.
So 4 hours is, yeah, it's quite a struggle.
Shane Berkery is a professional artist from Dublin. Working from old family photographs, his art is influenced by his Irish and Japanese heritage. But his submission was based on something a little more contemporary.
I watched this movie called Colour Out of Space.
Right.
Nicolas Cage is in it.
Oh, that explains a lot.
Yeah. This colour invades this place and things start going a bit mad. So that's what inspired me to use those garish, horrible colours.
Oh, it's a brilliantly bonkers portrait. You've been given some colours today to work with. What do you make of those?
Yeah, I'm going to have to figure out what to do with the background.
OK.
I think it's all a bit brown.
It's very brown.
Yeah. I might try make it less brown.
The artists have been working for almost 1 hour.
You feeling good?
Okay. A few little corrections in the drawing.
Okay.
And I'm trying not to make them too good looking because it's just wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Serve him right.
I'm happy with the composition. How she sat down was very elegant, so I want to capture some of that in the final painting as well. I feel very nervous.
Grace, I think she's a wonderful sitter. I'd like to get as much detail of the tattoos as possible. They're kind of just separate works of art in themselves, aren't they? I'm just hoping it'll look all right, yeah.
Here at Battersea Art Centre, the artists have spent an hour painting sitters Gabrielle, Grace Neutral and Jacob Fortune-Lloyd.
So how are you finding sitting? Very relaxing, I imagine.
Yeah, kind of relaxing, yeah. I'm sweating like crazy. Don't capture that.
Just saying that made me add 5 shine spots on your forehead. For me, portraiture isn't about, you know, making a pretty picture of someone. So I've taken a fisheye photo. I'm going to try and warp his features into something a little bit less statuesque.
20-year-old Kat Hughes from Liverpool is studying for a degree in filmmaking and dreams of becoming a film director. Her self-portrait in acrylic took 40 hours to complete.
Kat, I'm beginning to wonder whether Jacob was just so good-looking that you had to do something weird with his face.
Almost exactly it.
Is it, really?
Yeah, I wanted to put a new spin on his gorgeous chiseled features.
And what are the dangers of the fisheye approach?
Sometimes it can come off as a bit gimmicky.
Okay.
But that's really not what I'm going for.
Well, I love the tension, him sort of gripping that space.
Yeah.
Well done.
Thank you.
Araminta did lots of details. Sorry to talk about you, Grace, in such
right.
like you're an object. But have you painted tattoos before?
I have. I've painted a large hawk moth.
Okay.
But I did have 2 weeks to do that, so...
Okay,
Yeah.
this is a slightly different proposition.
Araminta Laurie studied art history before completing a master's in fine art at Sotheby's Institute. She painted her self-portrait after being inspired by a recent visit to a Rembrandt exhibition.
Your self-portrait is very reduced in tone. Here we have Grace sitting, and there's a whole different sort of colour range.
I love exploring colour, but I don't always paint exactly like the self-portrait. I do start with an earth palette for the skin tones.
At the drawing phase, that's where you are now, is it happening for you?
Yes, I put her at the top because I really love this high ponytail and the sweep of her hair. It really frames her face.
It's a great start. I'll let you carry on.
Thank you very much.
Denny, hello. You're making a beautiful big drawing here, over life size.
This is quite small. Normally I draw about 2 meters big.
So that presumably allows you to have a lot more freedom with the marks that you're making?
So I think the cross-hatching is what I shade it in with and makes the tones even out.
Great. Well, I really love the proportion and the scale already.
Grimsby-born Denny Waterhouse is studying for a degree in drawing at Camberwell College of Arts. She's recently begun taking commissions via social media and hopes to one day become a professional artist.
So your submission was really striking, but pretty brutal.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's not the nicest.
I wouldn't portray myself like that, even for the sake of a good picture. So clearly I'm more vain than you. You were using a mirror?
It was from a picture, I think. I wouldn't let anybody see it, but the drawing of it, I was fine.
So obviously you've done something gentler today for Gabrielle, and you really, really filled the page.
Yeah, I probably had a bit of the background subtly.
Great, well, feels like it's going to be an exciting piece.
Thank you.
In this series, the sets take inspiration from the colours found in nature.
Kate, the colours are very rich and very varied today.
We've taken our inspiration today from coastal tide pools. So behind Gabrielle is this beautiful colour to represent kelp. Behind Jacob are the colours that really make us think of the actual rocks inside the rock pools. And then here behind Grace, we've got these extraordinary blue and purple tones, which are mussels.
Jacob, of course, is handsome to a huge extent, so there he is. What do you think of him as a sitter, then?
Well, I think he's a good sitter. He's one of our actors who I think is sort of half Jacob and then half sitting as a character, maybe. I think Gabrielle looks incredible against her set. There's something about, like, her dark clothing and the great lines in her hair against these soft browns.
And, of course, Grace has left her face completely white, which looks wonderful, particularly against a very dark set.
Yeah, and also picking up the kind of blue in the lenses that she's wearing.
I have to correct you.
Oh.
She isn't wearing lenses.
Oh, OK.
Her eyeballs are tattooed.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that extraordinary?
Yeah, they've got a lot to think about, the artists in that section, because it's kind of like art within art. So I've got high hopes for the artists.
Great.
Everything's actually going amazing. From what I can see, everyone's approached it very differently, whether that be going in with a lot of detail or just kind of doing more loose brushstrokes. So it's going to be very interesting.
I'm super excited just because it's a new experience. You know, they're all talented, but just capture my good side, please.
I'm loving it. I've heard some dismay at my, quote, angular face. I hope that it's not too hard to catch. I'll be complaining to my mum later.
Well, first I'll be focusing on the proportions of the face, and then gradually I'll build up each layer of the oils onto that. I'm trying to get as close to life as I can. I want it to be as realistic as possible and to exactly mirror the way that I'm seeing him now.
London-based Teddy Lenner originally trained as a car mechanic before becoming a professional artist. His work combines hyperrealism and surrealism and is influenced by Caravaggio and Salvador Dali.
Teddy, we love your self-portrait. Will you have enough time to make the painting of Jacob as detailed?
Well, for that, self-portrait had a lot longer. I spent 2 months working on my self-portrait, so it's quite different when I come to this painting now.
How much work do you do from the tablet?
I find it better to be looking at Jacob mostly. I've got the exact angle that I want of him there, and I've just got the tablet just occasionally to look at that.
Do you feel competitive?
I'm thinking I'll win. As long as I can get on and quickly add the oil colours, then I've got a chance of winning at least.
OK, we'll let you get on.
Thank you.
Unlike artists working in traditional media, one is completing the drawing stage of a monoprint. He'll need to trace his image, place a clean piece of paper over a perspex plate covered in ink, and follow the lines of his tracing so the paper picks up the pigment.
Joseph, you have chosen the road less travelled.
I have. When I come to the printing stage, it's pretty much done blind because you can't see where you're placing the ink on the page.
Sounds high risk.
Very, very high risk. Because when you're drawing, every pressure you make on the piece of paper will produce an effect. So you end up with a really unique and unusual result, which I quite like. Fingers crossed.
Norwich-based Joseph Dupre works as a GP. He loves to work in different media and spent a day creating his self-portrait etching.
Now, how does this pursuit of yours match with being a doctor?
Well, I managed to work it so that I work sort of 2 or 3 days a week GP, and then the other 2 or 3 days a week I devote to art.
You aren't inclined to say, yes, please come in. Can you just sit there for a minute?
I am occasionally.
The artists are reaching the halfway point in today's competition.
Yeah, it's going all right so far. The hair's going to be probably the most challenging part because there's so much of it, it's going to take a lot of work to fill it in. Yeah, I've just got to keep going.
I've blocked in the drawing that I'm happy with, then I've moved on to tones. It's not there at the moment, so I'm hoping to get there.
On the left side of the portrait, there's some green that I'm not too happy with. I'll have to figure that out. I think I'm calm, yeah? Yeah. I don't know.
Hours have passed since our 9 artists began painting Grace Neutral, Jacob Fortune-Lloyd and Gabrielle.
I want to know what exactly you're using.
Want this?
Yeah, what is it? It looks...
This is just a takeaway container.
That's fantastic.
It's the easiest way to keep the moisture in.
Loving it.
Halfway. How do you feel it's going?
I think every single artist started incredibly well today. So well, in fact, that there were at least 6, I'd say, that I wanted to ask them to stop after the first hour because I was so happy with what I was looking at.
Wow, wonderful.
Well,
OK.
Dangerous.
Let's get into the detail, then. We'll start with Gabrielle's paintings. There's Shane and Denny and Nicola.
I love Denny's cross-hatching, and I love the way that she's so confident in doing it that it becomes just a beautiful tapestry of marks.
But there's also a beautiful expression in Gabrielle's face that Denny's caught. There's humour there, and I think it's lovely.
Shane is doing a very professional job. Yes, I sort of regret the loss of some of those acids that we saw in his self-portrait submission, but he's creating a beautiful profile view of Gabrielle, and I think it's incredibly promising.
Jacob is having his portrait painted by Kat, by Tony and Teddy.
I think Kat's really interesting because she's gone in with the fisheye lens.
Why would you use a fisheye lens?
Well, Jacob's an incredibly handsome fella.
He said jealously.
And it's not just a formula. She's trying to find him through a different medium, and I think it's working.
There's some weird proportions that will come through, and there are dangers in whether or not that will actually work in the finished thing.
Tony's approach was quite traditional. What I'm liking, actually, is now Jacob's becoming an abstract shape, and I love where it is hovering at the moment.
OK. So we've got Grace being painted by Alicia, Joseph and Araminta.
In Alicia's submission, we had this fantastic figure with all of these different fabrics and textures. I would hope we'll see the same sort of lavishly represented depiction of the tattoos as we do maybe with the velvet or the hot water bottle.
I like the way Araminta's interested in shape and form. It's always a slightly enigmatic character she's created around Grace. Of course, at the moment, we see it without any of the tattoos going on. So it'll be interesting to see how that changes the portrait as the afternoon goes on.
I'm a very emotional person, but I think people can see the tattoos and it can completely take over a narrative in their head. To see if they kind of can see past them will be really interesting.
I'm feeling nervous but excited at the same time about the reveal. I'm not going to peek, I'm going to wait, simply because I think that's more fun. I'm patient, patiently waiting.
I think of myself quite often like a kid in grown-up clothing. It'd be interesting to see if it captured a kind of childlikeness behind the eyes. I've heard a lot about fish eye with Kat, which is all very intriguing.
I'm trying to get as much paint on the canvas as I can because I'm very aware of the time. Getting a real sense of emotion from a portrait, I think, is more important than anything else. That's why the eye is the big focus of the middle. And also the seriousness of the expression has kind of swerved it away from being a caricature. Well, I hope it has anyway.
All artists will want to capture their sitter's individual character, but not everyone will look to find it in the face. Tony, what made you decide on that framing?
Athletic sort of guy, and so including the torso and the hands reflects that.
Right. Anything you found difficult about painting him?
The face and the hands, mainly.
Apart from the face and the hands?
Well, the T-shirt wasn't easy either. But...
Oh, well, I mean, you know, the face, the hands and the body in a portrait are not that important.
Joseph, I saw you inking up the Perspex slate.
Yep.
So they're basically ink sitting underneath there.
Yeah, so oil paint and pigment underneath. Whenever I make a mark, it press through onto the second piece of paper under here. Any mark you make with your hand obviously comes through as well, so there's that patchwork of textures, which I quite like.
Well, enjoy it.
Thank you very much.
Alicia, that's a beautiful portrait already.
Thank you.
Do you normally paint on metal?
Yeah, but the thing is, with the dark paint, I don't know why, but it doesn't stick as well.
Oh.
So just keep piling it on.
What's the dab of colour there by her eye? Did you trip and fall on the canvas?
I was like, oh, should I do a background? And then I put the paint on, and I was like, no, I don't want to do it yet.
It's like you're being attacked by a splodge. I'll let you and the splodge get on.
Thank you.
There's just half an hour left, and it's not just the artists spotting areas for improvement.
Shane, what's going on behind the neck? It looks like there's some correcting that you've been trying to do there.
That's the highlight, yeah.
Ah.
Must fix that as well, then.
Yeah, just maybe a little bit of refinement or something?
Yeah.
I'm at the point where I'm adding the light, where the light is coming onto his forehead, how it's glinting off of his hair, and a little bit on his cheekbones and his chin as well. Yeah, I'm starting to feel a little bit tired now.
The day is ticking on. I wouldn't mind a little bit more time on the hands and this ear that's in the shadows at the moment. It needs to be much lighter. There's much to do and not much time either.
After nearly 4 hours of painting, the artists are putting the finishing touches to their portraits of Gabrielle, Jacob Fortune-Lloyd and Grace Neutral.
Just working on the final print, putting in all the extra tone, and we'll see what the final result is.
I'm just adding some background now. Whether I do the whole canvas, I'm not quite sure. I feel like she needs some metal showing for some reason.
Artists, you have 5 minutes left.
The main thing I'm worried about now is that I do a last-minute correction and it ruins the whole thing.
The moment I reveal my portrait to Gabrielle, I'd feel very, very nervous about it. And I've got my fingers crossed that she feels the way I feel.
Artists, your time is up. Please put down your equipment and stand away from your portraits.
Gabrielle, Grace and Jacob will each be taking one of their portraits home with them, so it's time for the artists to reveal their work. How was your 4 hours?
Oh, you know what? It was incredible. My heart goes out to these amazing artists.
Let's not put it off any longer.
No,
shall we?
let's not do that today.
Okay, all right. Artists, can I please ask you to turn your easels?
I'm scared. Oh, wow. I'm loving the capturing of my hair. Ooh, child, I love this too.
I'm going to stop you there, Gabrielle, because we're going to go and have a closer look.
Okay. It's amazing. Loving the use of the colours there. I'm loving my hair.
And he's picked out the earring. Just
yeah, and
giving you
I
that.
love that. Just little shimmers, and it's beautiful. I could see that there was a section where my hair was, and I thought she's not going to be able to do that in time because the pen looked really fine. So she's super fast and amazing. Wow. You've got so much detail in there. I'm loving the way you've captured the texture of my outfit. Yeah, well done.
OK, it's decision time.
On the basis of the fact that I don't look as old as I really am, I'm going to go with Shane.
Well done, Shane.
Grace, you can relax. I think you were always relaxed, weren't you?
Yeah, I've just been thinking about what I'm going to have for dinner.
You decided?
Yes.
In that case, we can ask the artists to turn their easels round.
I don't know where to look. Oh, wow. Oh, my God. Yeah, I just feel a bit speechless right now. I'm kind of overwhelmed. This is stunning. I entered my 30s a few years ago, and it's really nice to see myself in more of like a womanly way.
Oh, brilliant.
So thank you, I appreciate that. Oh, I just feel like the ultimate boss in this picture, you know? Like I'm just sat on my throne.
That's good.
Waiting to rule. This is truly beautiful. I feel like it kind of plays on my more childlike, naive side. I don't know, it just made me feel really pretty, and I'm very happy that it's me.
And now comes the moment of decision.
Oh, you're all extremely talented, but I think, Araminta, your portrait just speaks to me, so thank you.
Wow. They are all so brilliant. I grew up watching a lot of late 90s, early noughties hip-hop videos. So this is such a dream come true to see a fisheye. I feel like Busta Rhymes. It's so cool.
It's amazing.
Absolutely amazing. I love the broad brushstrokes of it, yeah, and the likeness and the light on the face and the shadow on the other side. It's just so much in it that's interesting. It's so detailed. There's something in the distance, isn't there? Oh my God, that look.
Yes.
It's,
Right.
I'm gonna go with the one that reminds me best of my misspent youth and go with Kat's fisheye.
Well done, Kat.
For our artists, the hardest part is over. But for our judges, it's just beginning.
Teddy's taken the kind of angularity of Jacob and sort of broken it down into these lines.
It's really nice as well to see the range from his self-portrait, that he can do something that's almost more sensitive, more delicate.
Tony's portrait is all about the posture, and it's about the depth you get from the front of the body right back through his shoulders.
There's so much thought in the eyes and the way the hands are positioned. I'm so glad he included the hands.
Kat's fisheye is bonkers.
I think it's really clever that she's able to do something which is typically kind of fun and surreal and give it that seriousness. That's clever.
I love the composition that Nicola determined to go with.
Some bits of the painting have gone a bit flat, which is a pity because the whole thing was much more exuberant early on. Denny's drawing is masterful, and the head has got just this immense volume to it.
I think the composition could have been stronger, but I have absolutely no complaints about these beautiful crosshatches. I think Shane dealt with the view that he had beautifully.
It's a great likeness of Gabrielle, but I do miss that sort of experimental edge that he had in his submission.
I think Araminta has given us this very serene person, but there are hints of something sort of under the surface. And the way in which she's used that sweep of the hair, I think, is really clever.
I think Joseph has caught Grace's spirit. There is a chunkiness to Joseph's print which wasn't true to life.
But I think the tattoos are fantastic, and I think the sense of this kind of punky, rebel spirit comes through.
I love the way in which Alicia has built Grace's face up with the little bits of colour. It's rich, it's luscious.
If it wasn't for the fact that it's covered in tattoos, it could have come out of the Dutch Baroque period.
To help with their decision-making, the judges pare down the artists to a shortlist of 3.
I think one or the other of these two should be here. And actually, the one on the right has more mystery.
I'm feeling like this one lives in a completely different sphere. It
Okay.
doesn't quite live in the sphere that I'm living in at the moment, let's put it that way.
And there's a completeness and weight to these
Yeah,
three.
I really like these three.
They're really good three.
Artists, it's been a real pleasure watching each one of you work today. Well done.
It's never easy, but the judges have chosen a shortlist of 3. The first artist is Tony Robinson. The second artist is Araminta Laurie. The third artist to be shortlisted is Kat Hughes.
Oh, it's so sad that I didn't get through. I really enjoyed meeting everybody. And to meet Gabrielle, bonus!
Well, we have 3 from a strong day, it felt, today. So what does Araminta show us today that you don't learn about her from her self-portrait?
The colour palette is so subdued in the submission. And today she's amped up the colours, and I love seeing the way that she allows it to inflect into the hair and then gently into the skin and the shirt.
There are no tricks here. There's no artifice. It's a straight-on, good quality portrait.
Now, Tony, the cynical side of me, there is one. Maybe you can't paint faces and hands and hair. Well, he can.
Yeah.
I have a problem with the likeness. He felt that other things were more interesting to him. But as a whole, it works fabulously.
I find that the hands look like hands from someone who's been in an abattoir.
You think they're dripping with blood?
I know, yes.
Do
Dripping
you?
with blood.
They're dripping with blood.
Yeah.
The hands might not be perfect, but they're important in creating that sense of depth. You know, that's a real challenge for an artist. You know, he had to find that depth in the portrait.
Kat is studying film. She has an eye for a story, doesn't she?
It's like she's directing 2 movies here, and they're both suspense dramas, aren't they? Bordering on a thriller.
Are you telling me it's Psycho?
You have murder on the mind today.
I do.
But no animals, people.
I love what Kat's done today, but how close is it to being a gimmick?
It becomes a gimmick if there are 10 more after this, I would say.
You wouldn't need to watch TV with one of these in the room, would you? You could just let your imagination run.
So, abattoir fingers, Psycho, or cool and interesting? There can be only one.
Araminta, Tony, Kat, you can each be proud of having made it to the final 3. However, there is only one place for the semi-final.
The artists that the judges have selected showed a confident range and a narrative depth across their submission and portrait today. And that artist is Kat Hughes.
What is going on? I usually don't have that much confidence in my art, and the fact that I've got through to the next heat is just, it's like the best feeling ever.
Kat smashed it. I did my best to put her off because we were standing alongside each other, but no, she nailed it, and good luck to her.
I think Kat's work's beautiful, and her self-portrait was just stunningly rendered, so I think well-deserved.
Kat is a brilliant winner. It's so exciting for us to find a young artist who's such a strong storyteller. In her submission, it was all about the cool tones. Today, it was about the fisheye. We really can't wait to see what she produces in the semi-final.
So I'm about to call my mum and tell her the news.
Hello?
I need to book a train to London for next week because I've got through.
Oh my God. Oh, that's amazing.
Are you crying?
Yeah. Oh, I'm so chuffed. Oh, God, I'm bursting.
Thousands of artists applied, few were chosen.
And another 9 of them are here today to show us their amazing talent.
Welcome to Portrait Artist of the Year.
With just 4 hours to produce their best portrait, today's artists must prove themselves worthy of this year's prize. A £10,000 commission to paint globally acclaimed violinist Nicola Benedetti for the Scottish National Portrait Gallery.
4 of today's artists are professional. Ruth Swain, Michael Hughes, Karen Coe, and Callum Stevenson.
Can you hear me, Callum?
Yeah. Sorry.
Is there any... No, that's all right. I wasn't being passive-aggressive. Can you hear me, Callum? And 5 are amateur. Kwesi Awatwi, Amy Jury, Jasmine Barber, Jamie Andrews, and Yevgen Nahirny.
I would say it's much more about painting rather than the sitter.
That's a painter's painter.
As the artists prepare to meet their sitters, the judges study the self-portraits that earned them a place in today's heat.
A wall of portraits for us to look at and talk about. Aren't we lucky?
Oh, incredibly.
Yes. We could be dead in our graves.
We could be.
But we're not. We're here. We're looking at art. Right, the first one is Game of Two Halves.
It's very odd. I love that disruption in the face, but I don't quite know what's going on.
I think it might be a cracked mirror. And it's a refracted view.
A mirror was punched in the making of the self-portrait.
Clever woman.
Got it.
This one's bursting with youth.
It is. I mean, it's just a portrait of a sort of a millennial artist. All of these fantastically strong colours, the trainers. In fact, the trainers are bigger than the face. So I like this playing around.
This one feels like a still from an animation.
You can almost feel the artist doing all the lines, but at the same time, it's got this strange tightness.
It's really arresting.
They say art isn't rocket science, but in this case it is.
Who says art isn't rocket science?
OK, art is rocket science.
I really love when an artist brings in an object which is intriguing. And I like the fact that the artist is just toying with this rocket as if it were a bottle of beer. There's a sort of just a nonchalance about the whole thing.
It's sort of a study in miserablism, isn't it?
The light is beautiful. The reflection on the table is beautiful.
I think what's extraordinary is the sense of weight of the body. It's not only a tired person, but it feels heavy and tired as well.
I always think with these sorts of compositions that they've got a religious aspect to them. They're sort of praying.
Yeah, I completely agree. I feel like it's very religious as well. It's got the sort of pensive spirituality of a Madonna. And at the same time, this is an exercise in his bald head. It's amazing.
It's extraordinary what this artist has been able to do with, I think, quite a crude medium of drawing. And I think the mouse is an extraordinary... I mean, it's just the detail in it.
So well executed.
We get value for money with this one. I count at least 3 self-portraits, several other portraits, and a bra.
But what's really interesting is you don't really get to understand much about the artist in terms of their face, because we see them in the iPad, which is small, and then, of course, the thing that they're painting is obscured, and then them with their back to us. What a fantastically clever composition.
Our final painting looks like something profound has just happened.
Yeah, definitely self-portrait in crisis, or it looks like a couple of rounds have been fought.
I love the way in which the sort of ruddiness of the face is picked up. Really rich.
Wow, well, a wall bursting with narrative. What will be the story of today?
Oh, yes.
Ready to get started, it's time for the artists to meet their mystery sitters. Artist, your sitter today, shot to fame as a schoolgirl in Trainspotting. She's appeared in epic dramas such as Boardwalk Empire and No Country for Old Men, and she's recently played a detective in Line of Duty, so behave yourselves. It's Kelly MacDonald.
Hello.
see you. How are you?
I'm good. I'm probably more nervous than you.
What are you nervous about?
Like, my kids have drawn me.
Right.
And that's been quite upsetting. So I'm hoping that I don't look like a really bony Miss Trunchbull.
Right, OK. That you've got your instructions. So I'm going to leave you in the charge of your artists who'll help you find a pose.
you.
Good luck, everyone.
Hello.
Hi.
So sitting-wise, apparently I perch quite a lot.
I don't know how comfy that would be for 4 hours.
Oh, you're Scottish,
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
heard. That's nice.
Whether it's Fleabag, W1A, Little Birds, or the Windsors, your sitter today has the capacity to charm audiences, whatever role he plays. Please welcome the hugely talented Hugh Skinner. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
Very nice to meet you. I'm used to you in so many different guises. Today, you have to play a sitter.
I know, terrifying.
Have you ever sat for longer?
No, not for more than 5 minutes, yeah.
What do you expect?
Oh, I don't know. I'm interested to see whatever you do.
Well, I'm going to hand over to you so that you can engage Hugh as you wish. Off you go.
How would you like me?
Pick a spot to look at, just
Sort of
in the
around there?
distance. Yeah.
That's all good, I
Is
think.
that all right? Great.
Lovely. Artists, your sitter today is a brilliant actor who cuts an impressive figure in period dramas like Rome and Mr. Selfridge. More recently, she's earned a global fan base in the bodice-ripping Netflix hit Bridgerton. It's Polly Walker. Hello.
Hiya.
All right.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. Polly and I worked together on a Miss Marple, but we're not looking for a murderer today.
No.
Well, if we do end up, things will have taken a very unexpected turn. We're looking for a portrait of you. How do you feel about sitting for a portrait?
I'm really excited. I've never had my portrait done, so yeah, I'm thrilled, and I just hope I can be a good sitter for you guys.
All right, well, I'll leave you in the hands of your artist. Good
Okay.
luck.
So, do you have any thoughts?
Does
do you
your
want
hair
my
always sit down like that, or does it go back a bit? Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nice.
I like that.
Yeah. Lovely.
Artists, it's time. Good luck, everyone. You have 4 hours to complete your portrait, starting now.
See your tiny little bit of fringe, would you be able to move it a tiny
That
bit?
bit that I cut myself last week because I was bored.
Yeah.
There may be benefits to mapping out the canvas with absolute precision. But some prefer to take a looser approach and go with their initial impressions.
Crazy, the atmosphere in here is incredible. And you're bouncing around backwards and forwards. I mean, do you always work with this level of energy? And
Yeah, I'm quite expressive with my work. I like to start off really loose.
Yeah.
Use different mediums. My chalk pastels and my charcoal and colour pencils are really important for my process. I feel it brings a kind of rawness to my drawings.
Aspiring filmmaker and gallery assistant Kwesi Awatwi is an amateur artist from London. For his self-portrait, he used the same mixed media approach as today, to create an effect which embraces his love for cartoons.
part of me feels, looking at your submission, that what's really important to you is the energy and the movement in the work, maybe less so the likeness?
It's a bit of both. I think because I come from an animation background, I've kind of brought it into my work.
So coming from animation, when you're looking at Polly, are you creating characters for her in your head?
Absolutely. I see a very confident woman. Yeah, it's very brave and, you know, very strong. So
like
I'm just trying
superpowers?
to... Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, well, amazing.
So yeah, I'm just trying to work.
I'll go with that.
Jamie, you've gone off like a rocket. You got somewhere to be?
I've only got 4 hours, so I'm trying to get it done fast.
Okay. The green has made an appearance, but very brown to start with.
I do like underpainting just to map out where the features are placed.
Okay.
It's
Are we
not
going to
gonna
see
be-
lots of colour?
Yeah, I think so. I always want to create something bold and bright and happy.
Amateur artist Jamie Andrews is an illustration graduate from Wiltshire. With ambitions to build her own art brand, she has a growing reputation online selling colourful prints and accessories. Her self-portrait took 30 hours to complete.
You have tattoos on your self-portrait?
Yeah, my mum's a tattoo artist.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
Do you have the same taste in tattoos?
No, she's more of a rocker.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So she wants to get status quo on your back, or not that kind of rocker. That's the naffest. I've just gone for the naffest rock band. I'm so uncool.
She's more like 80s, like hair metal kind of vibes.
Well, like Metallica. I don't know why I'm doing that now. This is getting worse.
I've started with an acrylic paint wash background. It's nice and dark, and a dark background really helps me when I'm painting. The colours just seem to sit really nicely on it, but whether that background stays or it gets all covered up, I don't know yet. It depends how the painting feels as it goes along.
Amy Dury is head of art at a sixth form college in Brighton. With a background in printmaking, she only started painting seriously in the last 5 years and created her self-portrait during a very challenging time.
In your submission, you were very hard on yourself. How did that happen?
Yeah, it was around the time that I was getting some treatment for breast cancer, so I did sort of exaggerate, looking a bit bruised and beaten. I wanted to sort of show that sort of feeling at the time.
But what is impressive is that you were painting even then.
Well, yeah, I mean, because I stopped working, I thought this is the perfect time for me to concentrate on portraits, which I hadn't really done before.
So now it takes up a lot of your time?
It does. I look forward to getting up every day and painting. That's what I love to do.
And what do you think about Holly?
Absolutely fabulous. I mean, she's got a fantastic face. I want to get the shape of her hair, which has got a beautiful flow and curl to it as well.
The hair's wonderful.
Yes.
That's very lovely.
Thank you.
Well done.
It's important to capture texture in a portrait, but before tackling details like hair, skin or clothing, it helps to get the features of the face correct first.
I would like to get the likeness mainly. I think that's one of the most important things in portraits. So I'm trying to make sure I get things down as accurate as possible.
Glasgow School of Art graduate Callum Stevenson is from Bonnybridge in Scotland. In his self-portrait, a toy rocket replaces a coffee cup to represent his departure from adolescence as he graduated from university. It took 80 hours to complete.
Callum, what size brush are you using?
Tiny. It's
Zero,
like
zeros, something.
5/0. Yeah.
5-0.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
can get smaller than this.
Can you now?
Yeah, I'm sure you know.
Usually, there's a sense of artists working from the broader, and you go right in immediately. Is that how it works?
Yeah.
And the brushes never get bigger than that?
No, they do. So I like to get the detail done first, and then I'll move on to the much bigger brushes. The bigger brushes bring in like a structure. It becomes almost like a model. You build it up after the details are there.
So at some point, you're just going to have to really
explode with colour. And
I'm in awe, I must say. Kelly's eyes are looking fantastic.
Cheers.
The artists are reaching the end of their first hour.
I've got all like my base colours down. I'm just working out the proportions, but it's quite hard to get the depth of the face from straight on, so I just hope it goes well.
I feel I've got a really good likeness, but it's so finite, the little details that you make, and you can mess it up so easily. So trying to make sure I don't lose that.
I'm feeling okay. Definitely seeing that confident woman, but likeness, I'm still finding it as I go, so I'll find it gradually.
done my drawing and I'm just starting to put down some colour, which is the important bit, I think. And then the rest is up to the art gods, because I have no idea how paintings appear after that, but they seem to. Yeah, it's all up to the gods.
Here at Battersea Arts Centre, 9 artists are into their second hour creating portraits of Kelly MacDonald, Hugh Skinner and Polly Walker.
Just got to stretch.
Are they hurting already?
And actually, my elbow is.
I mean, I think you're doing the arms, aren't you?
Yeah, I am, yeah.
You're doing my whole body, I think, aren't you?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to keep it together for you.
Cheers, thank you.
She's very poised, and I was initially thinking I could put more of the hands in and the chair, but actually just really enjoy painting faces quite close up.
Professional artist Ruth Swain chose to enter with a triple self-portrait based on a painting by Norman Rockwell. After a career in advertising, she now paints full-time in Oxfordshire, where she's inspired to do her bit for the environment.
Ruth, I see you've come prepared. There's one you made earlier on the other side of your board.
Oh, yes. I recycle my boards.
Oh, that's what we like to hear.
So this was the one I picked up. And that's an oil that I did on the back. So normally I paint oils.
Yes.
I've done a lot of watercolour as well.
But still with the watercolour, the underdrawing is going to be really important for you.
Really important, yeah. If I can get the drawing really accurate, then I can feel a lot freer when I start painting.
Great.
Thank you.
When Kelly was announced, I was just drawn by what she was wearing and the background, so everything seems cohesively warm, and hopefully I can bring out that atmosphere.
Kerin Coe is a professional artist living in Swindon. Having trained in medicine and worked as a junior doctor, she returned to her native country of Malaysia to study fine art and graduated in 2017 with an Outstanding Achievement Award.
Kerin, I like the way you've picked the perfect colour for today's set. It's like you knew. Are you feeling comfortable working in this orange?
It'll be a challenge, definitely, because it's a very strong and loud colours, and she's wearing quite warm colours as well. Undertone of the
very complicated
sweater.
jumper pattern.
The way I paint can be quite loose, so it'll be fun to actually interpret it.
Kerin, Kelly's looking very romantic in the autumnal orange. I'll let you get on with it.
All right, thank you.
Great portraits can be years in the making, but for artists who are used to taking their time, it's not just today's competition forcing them to adapt their approach.
We're having a baby daughter now. I've got used to, when I get my time to paint, I've got to do it quickly, not fuss, so it's been good practice, actually, really.
Gallery attendant and professional artist Michael Hughes won the Scottish Portrait Awards 2019 and came third in the BP Portrait Award 2020. Although he's learning to work faster, his portraits can take up to 10 months to complete.
I love this abstract piece of paper to
Oh,
the left.
yeah,
which
sometimes more interested in the painting.
It's all these blush tones, and actually you've used all of those colours already just in that tiny space.
Yeah, there's so many different colours in a face.
Are you not intimidated by this white background that you've got? Had you considered putting in some green early on, or are you going to ignore it entirely?
I normally use quite neutral backgrounds, so I'll have a think before I do.
Whatever colour palette an artist chooses, they'll often draw inspiration from the natural world. And the backdrops behind our sitters do the same.
Tell me about today.
Today we are stealing our colours from leaves. You know, we're used to thinking of them in terms of being green and lush, but they come in lots of different colours, depending on the light. They have almost an iridescent blue. And then in the autumn, we have a wonderful range of oranges and russets. I mean, I was worried about Kelly with those orange colours. I thought she was going to disappear, given that she's got this red collar. So we've set the artists a challenge, and they've gone in there to find what they need from the sitter.
Now, Hugh is against my favourite colour of all, which is this very strong green.
Well, I think because it's so strong, they're seeing Hugh as a very strong sitter as well. It's really defining him.
And Polly against blue.
Because she's wearing navy, because she's got dark hair, it means that the features are sort of popping, and the artists are loving that elegant sweep of her hair across her shoulder. It's working really well in that section, I think.
I don't particularly care about my hair, but I've been listening to what the artists have been saying, and they can take what they want from what I'm presenting on that day. I don't want them to look too deeply into my dark and twisted soul. Yeah, just make me look pretty.
Today, I have chosen to wear what I wear a lot. And I mean, I absolutely love greens. I've got green socks on. I don't know if anyone's getting the Hughes, but they love the green.
I don't draw. I've got an interest. I used to draw faces when I was a teenager. It felt like that was my teenage thing. I would do little drawings from posters of people that I fancied. I find that it's more delicate using a pencil because you've got more control over it. I've tried using watercolour before, but to be honest, I really hate using paint. I mean, I really appreciate looking at paint. I just can't deal with it myself.
24-year-old reinsurance broker Jasmine Barber is a passionate amateur artist who dreams of making a living from art. Having watched Portrait Artist of the Year since she was 15, she never believed she would one day be taking part in the competition herself.
How's it going?
I think it's going okay so far.
Yeah, it looks looking great.
Thank you.
What challenges have you faced today with Kelly? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I mean, with you. But...
Yeah, I'm interested to hear the answer. Yeah, the initial outline was really tough. It took me much longer than I thought. And I'm really pleased to have got where I've got with it, actually, because I didn't think it was right.
It's really right. That is definitely Kelly.
You should leave it a secret until she sees.
Oh, you didn't know, in case she doesn't know you're painting.
Most have chosen a standard head and shoulders composition, but one artist has his own take on this.
Yevgen, what's the objective for this particular style?
I want this idea of two discrete blocks that are almost the same, but ever so slightly different. I like this idea of a little distortion between the two elements, and I think it's nice to elaborate on that.
Mathematics student Yevgen Nahirny painted Geraldine James on Portrait Artist of the Year 2019. He created his self-portrait using two small mirrors, one of which he deliberately cracked to create distortion, an effect he's replicating today.
Surely it's a lot harder to find the likeness. I mean, I'm now looking at Hugh and trying to sort of like slice his head in half.
It's almost, you draw this bit here, you find out where it cuts, and then you just shift it over. You just,
it's easy.
You just
oh,
take
yeah,
it off.
now that you explain it like that, Yevgen, it's easy. Just do it like that, yeah.
It's harder to paint, but at the same time, if I make a mistake, how are you going to notice what's glued together?
We'll do our best to notice any mistakes.
The artists have just over 2 hours left.
All right, I'm fine. I'm just keeping the blood flowing.
I'm really happy with her nose that I've done so far. The nose has gone well, which is a good sign. Now it's just about finding the hair, which is going to be quite a big deal.
I'm feeling quite confident, just trying to at least get the big blocks of color in, and then I'll be putting in the details at the very last hour. But at the moment, it seems to be going at the right direction.
I feel like I've still got a really good likeness of Kelly, but I need to make sure I get the rest of the face done and start the hair. So my biggest concern is still time. It's starting to get away from me a little bit, and I really want to make sure I get it done.
So now I'm just adding a bit of monotone glaze, so there's no big bulging white. And then start painting over it, yeah. Just adding a bit of colour. Hopefully there's enough time, but we'll see.
Nine portraits are being created of actors Hugh Skinner, Kelly MacDonald and Polly Walker.
Your eyes actually more green or blue?
They are.
Yeah.
apparently.
2 hours in, the judges reflect on the work so far.
The halfway mark. How do we feel about the day?
I think today a lot of the artists have worked quite slowly. I'm pleased to see that they're speeding up a bit, but it does worry me when we start slowly.
I think that's because technology is used quite a lot today, and there's been none of that expansive sort of splashing around with paint.
I think in Polly's section, the artists aren't using so much technology, and as a consequence, the beginning of their session was actually quite a high energy because they were trying to capture something as quickly as possible. And I think Amy's work is really strong at the moment. It's as if Polly's emerging from the bruise of paint that she's put on the surface. But now we want the hair. I think that is going to give it a sort of more expressive quality.
Portraits of Hugh. Within the first half hour, Jamie had gone to town with the colour.
But what is a bit uncanny is usually you get artists who get into the eyes quite early on, and Jamie's sort of kept away, so we've got a sort of scary ghoul like Hugh staring out at us.
Now, Yevgen,
I think it's always fun to meet an artist when they've got an interesting take. And whilst I really love the device, the likeness isn't there. So that makes me less forgiving.
I actually think the likeness is there in the drawing, but I think what's not there is the softness, which hopefully will emerge as the painting comes in.
so let's consider Kelly.
In Kelly's section, two of them, they're working meticulously, and Callum got Kelly's eyes, and you could see it was Kelly. That was extraordinary. And everything is absolutely spot on.
And Karen.
What I'm looking at the moment is a very smudgy Kelly that's appearing on the canvas.
There's something rather romantic, but I don't know how long it's going to take her, and I think she needs to speed up a bit.
We have some people who are meticulous and exact, and then we have other people who are wildly free. What a medley.
I think it is as I expected in a way. I've watched the show so many times. I feel like I've been here before. And they're using their screens quite a lot, which is actually making me feel more comfortable. Because, you know, I don't feel like I'm being eyeballed.
I'm looking forward to seeing what the end result is. I haven't looked, so I'm going to see it like a pregnancy and get a surprise at the end and see what my baby will be.
I'm hoping for 3 very detailed likenesses of Brad Pitt. A haircut would be nice. I haven't had my haircut for about 6 years. In fact, don't turn to the side, you'll see my bob, my medieval bob. Anne Boleyn in all her glory. So chop all of that off. I'm joking. No, we've decided to see whatever they do.
I like painting him. He's got a good angled face to paint. The thing that's concerning me is getting the eyes in, because I've left them till towards the end. I'm just gonna try and get something done quick.
Yevgen, I've been watching you paint Hughes' forehead. And then you rub it out.
Yeah.
What do you mean, yeah? What are you looking for?
Oh, it's just the right colour.
So is there a feeling to your painting you want? Or do you a look, or is it both, or?
It's always a mix.
Has it got anything to do with you? The feeling that you're trying to look for?
I would say it's much more about painting, the strokes, the atmosphere, rather than the sitter. I would say it's stylistic.
That's a painter's painter. Hugh. Again, okay, I'm looking forward to seeing this in some kind of complete form.
Me too, hopefully.
Whether they have 4 hours or 4 days, artists will continually reassess their work and decide where to focus attention.
The background had to go. With the blue in the background, you couldn't see the wonderful shape of her hair. So really, the creamy colour is really just to throw her forward. So I'm just hoping that's going to happen.
I've got the face done. The next challenging part is the hair in the background, and I have an idea on how I want the hair and everything to kind of look, but I always leave the hair till last because I hate it.
Can you hear me, Callum?
Yeah. Sorry.
Is there any? That's all right. I wasn't being passive-aggressive. Can you hear me, Callum?
Can you register me, Callum, please?
Would you please? You did great work. Are you finding this an easy day?
It's pretty fun, but I wouldn't say it's easy. It's not perfect.
Well, at the moment, with the white, she looks a bit like a nun.
Yeah.
Where do we go from here? Hair?
Yeah.
Ears?
Have I just got no hair anywhere?
You've got a face. Everyone's given you a face.
That's nice.
You have
Aw,
skin.
Thanks, guys.
You've got 3 sets of skin. They're working on the rest.
The artists have just half an hour left.
We see here quite a smudgy way of painting. Are you going to make her sort of tighter?
I'll try to keep it quite loose and keep the atmosphere, and I'll be putting in the details.
Okay, so that's what you're striving for today?
Yeah, it's a lot of time that's left.
Well, yeah, there's not much left, but you're doing really well so far.
I'll try to finish it.
Just about getting the face finished up, but my priority is just going to get her in, really. Got plenty of hair to work on.
Feel free to give me a haircut. It's been a while.
So I've just started working into the eyes. I just feel like they're just giving me a bit too much. Yeah, I just want to soften up those eyes.
Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit panicky because I've put down probably more colours than I would like, but I might be able to pull that back.
I'm quite stressed at the moment. I've got the hair at the top and the background left to do, so I'm trying to make sure I get something down at least. So if I can do that, yeah, it's quite stressful.
Hugh Skinner, Kelly MacDonald and Polly Walker have been sitting for almost 4 hours. And the artists are deciding which areas need refining in the remaining time.
Is there anything you're not touching?
I have decided now to leave the shirt and some parts of the hair as is, just because I can't resist this background coming forward.
I think that's a good choice. Probably not allowed to say that.
I feel like time is against me at the moment because I've focused quite a lot on the face, so I'll need to like finish all the details. Oh, getting stressed.
Artists, you have 5 minutes left.
I'm gonna have to pick up the brush size to really go quick now. Worst case scenario, I just don't finish it.
I'm kind of coming to terms that the time's nearly over, so I'm just doing the smallest little changes.
Artists, your time is up. Please put down your equipment and stand away from your portraits.
At last, the sitters get to see the finished portraits and choose their favourite to take home.
How you doing?
Not great.
You have any clue what's waiting for you?
No idea what's happening.
Artist, can I please ask you to turn your easels?
Oh, holy monkeys, Batman. Oh my gosh. I'm astounded and I'm very proud. I feel very proud.
Right, let's have a closer look. Jasmine.
Amazing. I've got coloured pencils at home. I mean, this has just never happened in my house. I'm sort of speechless.
Callum, there's a real tenderness to your portrait.
It's an incredible likeness, I think.
Yeah.
It's just amazing.
Karen.
It's astonishing. And the jumper's in there. It's just gorgeous. Thank you.
Right, Kelly, you get to take one home with you, and only one.
Oh my God. I can't. I don't think I can.
You have to.
I have to.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go with Callum.
Well done, Callum.
Thank you so much.
Will you please turn round your easels? How do you feel?
They're amazing. They're all so different.
OK, Hugh, let's have a closer look.
God, it's I feel strangely sort of self-conscious, but it's amazing. It's so detailed. That's fantastic. I mean, I feel like this is really flattering. Amazing eyes.
I'm glad you like them.
I think it's great. They're really bright, the eyes.
Now, this calls for an explanation.
So it was from the same perspective. One is just ever so slightly shifted.
It's fantastic. I really love it.
Thank you.
Right, Hugh, come to make your choice. Courage.
I'm going to go with Yevgen.
You survived.
Yes.
What was the experience like of being scrutinised?
I decided to be zen about it and just be there for them.
Well, here we go.
Wow.
Artists, can you please turn your easels?
Wow. Oh, my God.
How about that?
They're incredible.
Right, let's have a closer look, shall we?
Can I?
Yes,
Yeah.
please. Ruth.
I can't believe it. It looks so like me.
The way your hair shines.
Good job I washed it yesterday. I love the colours and I love the stuff around the back.
Gives it sort of real energy and vibrancy.
I think it's beautiful.
Thank you. And finally, Kwasi. You can see the amount of effort and energy that's gone into the work.
Gosh, that's amazing. Well done.
Great work. OK, Polly, that's the result of their labours. You get one to take home.
Oh, my goodness. I'm just going to go with my gut and I'm going to go for this.
Amy, well done.
Thank you so much.
Now the artists have done their bit, it's time for the judges to examine their work.
I think Karen's made a really rather beautiful painting, the way that she's brought in a really lovely atmosphere.
And I love that sort of smushiness that she does with the paint.
I love the cool, restrained quality to Callum's painting. And actually, the likeness is really spot on for me.
There is no doubt. It's perfect representation.
But it's also, it sits very beautifully in that white square. I think it's a very elegant painting.
I was very impressed that Jasmine went so big. This is not a quick medium by any stretch of the imagination.
What is extraordinary is the luster of the skin, but I think we can see in the problems of the likeness is an artist who hasn't stepped back. I like the way Yevgen spoke about disrupting how we make likeness. It's always been between the eyes, the nose, and the mouth, and Yevgen's gone, no, I'm going to cut it through.
As a result, when I put it together, I'm not finding that likeness. But as a work of art, I find it intriguing.
Jamie's start was so painterly, and as she's got tighter, there's a tameness has come over this painting.
But I think she's a young artist. She's got a great facility in it. She sort of needs to work out what she's going to do with it.
I think Michael's an artist. He likes to work quietly, with lots of time, and we bombarded him today. We were all around him, but despite that, I think he's produced a really precious piece. I think what Kwasi managed to do is to bring all that energy in.
I mean, I really admire the fact that Kwasi went for more of the figure, but it doesn't feel strong enough as a portrait for me.
I loved the way Amy's work appeared out of this chaos of blue.
And right from the very start, she picked up on the rhythm that was in Polly's hair. For me, that's the strongest part.
I was confused by Ruth today because she was using watercolour in such a kind of rigid fashion.
There is a kind of heavy-handedness to it, but it's a very competent portrait, and I think it's a great likeness.
Before the difficult task of choosing a winner, the judges select a shortlist of 3.
These are not unrelated, and I find this one more interesting than that one.
Me too.
And these two are doing something completely different.
Do you think so?
They're artists that I think could warrant a bit more talking about, especially alongside their self-portraits, actually.
Yeah, let's talk about these 3 a bit more, and then from there, the winner.
No, that's a very strong shortlist.
Artists, you have really given it your all today. It's been a pleasure to watch your work.
After discussing your portraits, our judges have chosen their shortlist of 3. The first artist is Karen Coe. The second artist is Amy Jury. The third artist to be shortlisted is Callum Stevenson.
Congratulations to you, but to all the others, well done too.
I really enjoyed today. It's given me an opportunity to meet lots of lovely people, and to see their work has been really lovely.
Well, it's always a delight to see artists' work in front of our eyes, and here we are comparing today's work with their previous work.
And it's always a revelation. So you see the consistencies, you see the stylistic focus, and actually it makes them stronger.
OK, well, let's deconstruct that a bit. Tell me what you learned here.
I think what's lovely about Karen is that she's shown us that she's a great colourist. Her submission is very subdued, and here today she demonstrates that she can use these bold colours.
And I also see that consistency of mark making, the way in which she sort of smooshes the paint. We often see artists sort of creating muddy portraits when they work in this way, and she doesn't. There's a lightness of touch that she brings.
Can we move the explanation on to the next paintings?
It's interesting seeing what Amy's been able to do when the light has been different, because in a submission, of course, light plays a very important role. And I suddenly realised Amy's strength isn't about light, it's about human emotion.
What about her treatment of the background today? She was worrying about whether to put the colour that was actually there.
She used it very effectively to bring the background into the foreground and make it the blouse, but as a consequence of kind of rubbing out to create this hairline, she's given her this halo, which I don't know how much it works, but the face is marvellous.
Callum obviously only had 4 hours today, but you can see where it might end up.
The style that he gave us in the portrait today is quite different from the style that we see in the self-portrait.
I see what you mean. There's a flatness in his Kelly today, but what is also beautiful about Callum's work is its clarity, and the likeness is phenomenal.
I mean, he really caught her.
Well, from those 6 paintings, we need 1 artist, please.
OK.
Karen, Amy, Callum, it's a proud day for all of you because you've made the shortlist. However, only one can go forward to the semi-final.
The artist that the judges have selected came with a clear plan and stuck to it, producing an elegant likeness. That artist is Callum Stevenson.
Speechless. I don't know how I feel. I just can't believe it. I'm so gobsmacked. Like, I cannot believe this is happening right now. It means a lot.
Today has been a meaningful and interesting experience indeed, and I'm just really glad to be able to be a part of it.
My money has been on Callum since I saw his portrait. It's absolutely beautiful. He's going to do brilliantly.
What we love about Callum is every single mark deserves to be there, and overall you get this wonderful sense of clarity. It was a fantastic likeness, and it was just cool and elegant.
The semi-final, I'm going to have to collect my thoughts and figure it out from there. I have no idea. I don't know what I'm going to do.
Hello and welcome to another festival of creativity, where we're joined by 9 more wonderful artists, 3 more wonderful sitters.
And we'll witness the creation of some wonderful works of art. Welcome to Portrait Artist of the Year.
Chosen for their exceptional talents, these artists have 4 hours to prove their creativity to be in the running for this year's grand prize. A £10,000 commission to paint world-renowned violinist Nicola Benedetti for the Scottish National Portrait Gallery.
5 of today's artists are amateur. Mark Oliver, Jacqueline Gartland, Natasha Eiderman, Ikra Tariq, and Mary Shepperson.
This is your first ever live sitter?
Yeah, it's surprisingly hard to get people to sit still for 4 hours unless you offer them money or threaten them with violence or something like that.
And 4 are professional. Nneka Uzogwe, Catherine Dorelli, Martin Burrow, and Adrian Hill.
I think it does quite look like it.
Oh, it looks very much like it, yeah.
Good, good. I'm glad I've got your seal of approval on that.
My seal of approval means nothing, as well you know.
As the artists set up their equipment, the judges examined the self-portraits which earned them a place in the competition.
Well, here's today's wall, as great a variety as ever. Let's start with the one at the end.
It's like a Persian miniature that's just stepped out of an ancient manuscript, but then you look at the sitter and they look fairly contemporary.
It's really charming, but it's also quite powerful, I think.
It's quite a bold decision to say, I want to submit a self-portrait, so I'll slump on the floor surrounded by a lot of debris.
I think they know how we will react to it, and it brings that sort of fairy tale element. The poor artist stuck in the attic, instead of made to spin gold out of hay, she's got to make some paintings. And I think that's what we want our artists to do today.
This is just a painting belonging to a completely different era. It's executed so beautifully, and the tension between the softness of this face and the full detail of that shawl just hangs together beautifully for me.
I like that sort of space this painting inhabits. It reminds me of 20s, 30s travel maps, visit this part of the country, and it's sort of, I think it's an interesting balancing act of being realistic and stylistic, and it comes together very forcefully.
Well, here we have pink hair on a pink background.
I just get the sense that they're walking along in one of those underpasses, which are covered in great graffiti, listening to music, and they've just caught this fantastic photo and gone home and painted it.
It's all about attitude, isn't it? It is a sort of, here I am again, I've got to think of another interesting pose. And of course, it lives off the light that artist has sort of positioned very carefully.
Here we have a direct confrontation, I feel, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, it's got a kind of mugshot quality, but it's absolutely beautiful. I just love the way that the paint sits on the surface. And I like the faraway look in the eyes. They're looking way beyond us.
This painting makes me feel really cold. I can see the artist is really sort of muffled up with a scarf and his overalls.
Also, the colours are quite interesting. It's sort of turned up a notch.
Now, this is a very delicate piece that we have at the end here.
I can't get over how little is there. And I wonder whether we've got today an artist who will quietly think about every line that she paints in.
Well, there we are. Large, small, rich, colourful, a great range.
Artists, your sitter today is a world-renowned choreographer. She's been a judge on Strictly and on So You Think You Can Dance. Get ready to cha-cha-cha. It's Arlene Phillips. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm excellent. I'm very excited to be here.
Oh, good. Well, welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
Obviously, as a dancer, as a choreographer, you're a ball of energy, Arlene. How are you going to sit still?
I have absolutely no idea. Other than when I'm asleep, I am never still.
Really?
Never, ever.
So what are you going to do, artist, with that? You're going to have to sort her out.
Sort me out.
I'll leave you in the hands of your artists.
Oh, my goodness. Hello.
Well, I've got a front on view, so I think I'm really in the luck. You wanted to turn slightly left or to the right, I guess you guys...
No, I think I'm going to work from kind of a side profile.
You got my best side.
Yeah. No pressure.
Artist, your sitter today is very much at home with competitions. He has a growing list of medals and awards, including a champion performance at the Paralympics. Please welcome powerlifter Ali Jawad.
Hello.
Well, you're very welcome here.
Thank you.
Now, you are a powerlifter. Explain how that came about.
Yeah, so basically, my friend kind of forced me to go to the gym across the road from my school. I started lifting some weights, I got found, and here we are, 15 years later.
Now, will sitting here for a long time and not moving yourself around, will that be difficult?
No, actually, probably good, because I'm always on the go.
Well, I hope you take great pleasure in it, because we're delighted that you're here. I leave it to you, artists.
Thank you. So do you want me straight on?
It depends which way you look, I suppose.
A little bit here.
This way?
Yeah, a little bit.
Does that suit you?
Yeah, I think so.
Find a spot to look at?
Yep, found it.
Okay, good. Well, good luck.
Artists. For over 30 years, your sitter has taught us about the natural world in programmes like Springwatch and The Really Wild Show. Please welcome presenter, campaigner, author and naturalist, Chris Packham.
Thank you.
Hello, Chris.
Hello.
Have a seat.
Thank you.
Firstly, fantastic shoes.
Well, yes, bit of a throwback, aren't they, to my misspent youth?
I love it.
You're talking to an old punk rocker, a
Okay.
man who once had blue, green and pink hair.
Now, obviously, the natural world fills your thoughts. Are you going to be taken to the natural world today in order to get through these 4 hours?
Well, you know what it's like working in wildlife TV? You're always waiting. And sometimes you're waiting for a long time for a badger to emerge or a bird to sing. So sitting still is not a problem if you're a naturalist.
Well, I'll hand you over to your artists. Good luck.
Thank you very much
Good luck.
indeed. I can't tell you how excited I am about this, because I have a really, really keen interest in painting.
So you don't paint yourself?
I do paint.
OK, I hope we don't disappoint you then.
Artists, you should have everything you need. You have 4 hours to complete your portraits. Your time starts now.
Okay, good luck. That's a great pose. Really good.
So, would you just look a little bit more over there? Yep, that's perfect.
Faced with a blank canvas, artists often choose to loosen up using paint or pencils. But for someone with a meticulous approach, you can't beat a bit of specialist kit.
I've got big compasses. I've got graining combs. There's a screen printing squeegee, some proportional dividers. I like angles and surfaces, so that's really quite handy for finding geometry.
Mark Oliver is an award-winning illustrator from Worthing. Having started painting to spend time away from working on a screen, he created his self-portrait which merges fine art with his background in graphic design.
Mark, I see you're breaking up the canvas into geometry.
I like to anchor things to lines and then get a little freer once I've kind of mapped it out. There's a very, very clean, like an arc of a circle around the side of his face through to his neck. As far as that's how I see straight away.
So the geometry that you use is suggested by what's there?
Absolutely, yeah. So he seems to me to be sitting into that circle.
Now you mention, all I can see is that line from Chris's left side of the face to his elbow. It kind of comes right round. Well, look, it's smashing.
Thank you.
Carry on.
You're drawing with the paintbrush directly onto the board?
Yeah.
You haven't squared up or anything, so you're doing it by eye?
Yeah.
Is that the way you normally work?
Yeah, I didn't actually realise that people used a grid until I started watching Portrait Artist of the Year last year, because I've never had any training. I've never actually painted a live sitter before.
This is your first ever live sitter?
Yeah, it's surprisingly hard to get people to sit still for 4 hours unless you offer them money or threaten them with violence or something like that.
Mary Shepperson is an archaeologist specialising in the Middle East. More familiar with ancient relics than live sitters, she has a solid grounding in anatomy after drawing 200 skeletons at an Egyptian cemetery.
I'm really interested in the angle that you've got. Of course, you're seated, but you've sort of deified our wonderful sitter in Ali today. Was that a conscious decision?
Not really, it's just, I think, because I'm just used to sitting on a chair, But I think it works quite well with Ali because he's such a sort of powerful shoulders, and that being from below makes him look more, it sort of emphasises that.
I totally agree. You've turned him already into a hero.
I mean, I'd usually get off to quite a quick start, but there'll be a lot of endless flailing around with the mid-tones.
Well, you've got 4 hours. I want to know that you've got a plan, not too much flailing around.
Oh, yeah.
Crack on.
Yeah.
Tell us about your training regime.
Yeah, so 5 days a week in the gym. Everything's geared up to make sure I can bench press as much as possible.
What's your personal best?
My best is 200 kilos.
What? That's heavier than me.
Since retiring from a career in insurance, Martin Burrow has spent the last 12 years indulging in his lifelong passion for art. He regularly takes commissions and paints every day in his studio.
Martin, you've started with this fantastic green colour.
Yeah.
Why was that?
It's a good contrast to flesh tones for a start, and I thought I wanted something that was really the opposite of the pink and the yellow. I love using colour. Every time anybody's criticised my work, it's always been tone it down, tone it down, tone it down.
How dare they?
And I try to resist that, but I do see the point.
And how are you feeling about time?
I'm pretty comfortable at the moment. I'm sure
Yeah.
there'll be moments of complete panic later on.
You wouldn't be the first, Martin.
Once they've established the position of the figure in the frame, some artists like to find out more about what makes their sitters tick.
Arlene, would you mind telling me what your favourite musical is?
My all-time favourite musical is West Side Story. And I loved choreographing Starlight Express. It was my first big musical, and I'll love it forever.
Amazing.
Nneka Uzogwe is a professional artist based in London. As well as selling her work in galleries and online, she's preparing for her first major solo exhibition.
So Nneka, that wash you've put on the background there has given your painting an instantly atmospheric feel.
I like my paintings to have a sort of dreamlike quality, and I was talking to Arlene about her favourite theatre productions, and she mentioned Starlight Express and West Side Story. So I'm thinking of creating a theatre production behind her.
Do you need, like, models to be... Because Joan and I could be the Sharks and the Jets, do a knife fight behind that work?
Perhaps, perhaps.
The artists have 3 hours left.
You can't really go wrong at this stage. You're just making marks, and it's fun. The really tense bit gets when you're having to put some detail in and trying to reach for the likeness. At this stage, that's not a worry.
It could be better, but it could be worse. Once I feel like I've got everything in the right place, then I'll feel a bit more under control, I think.
My strategy is get a really nice composition and then let my imagination run away with me and trying to create a beautiful painting.
At this stage, it's a balance. I can't force things into the geometry. Otherwise, it's not going to look like him. I've got to paint what's there, but find the geometry that's in it. See, it makes sense in my head.
Nine artists are painting naturalist and broadcaster Chris Packham, Paralympic powerlifter Ali Jawad, and choreographer Arlene Phillips, whose image on one portrait is being framed in pools of colour, which are then dispersed across the canvas.
Adrian, you're just showing off.
I'm using the straw.
I know.
Imagine I would come on portrait artist and use a straw. It's basically it's alcohol ink. The idea came accidentally. I was looking through some old photographs at home. There was 2 photographs that were stuck together, and I kind of peeled them apart. Yeah. And it left this sort of negative effect, and I thought, how can I replicate that?
It's funny how things come about by mistake often.
Having been inspired by Portrait Artist of the Year, Adrian Hill sold his computer games business to become a full-time artist. It's a decision he doesn't regret and has since enjoyed experimenting with a variety of styles.
You've got your inks here, but you also have your oil paints there. Are you saying you're going to mix this all up?
Yeah, this is going to dry in a matter of minutes, and then I'm going to paint on top of it, leaving just little passages of this showing through. So I'm kind of mixing some more traditional painting with a more contemporary.
I mean, look, carry on. I can't wait to see how this evolves, this strange
Thank you.
painting.
Chris has been a good sitter so far. He keeps still, and I don't know if he minds me saying this, but he's got nice wrinkles too. So, yeah, that's interesting to put down.
19-year-old Natasha Eiderman is a biomedical science student from London. Her self-portrait was painted from a selfie she took walking through an underpass, where she liked how the pink background matched her hair.
How's it going, Natasha?
It's going good so far. Just blocking in the main colours, and I'll go into details later on in the day.
OK, you going to give him pink hair?
You know what? I might. He mentioned something about
He did
coloured
earlier
hair.
on. I mean, he literally gave you carte blanche there to use to get involved with some pink hair. He's got a good, strong look, hasn't he, to work from?
Yeah, very sharp features.
Right.
So, yeah, I'm pleased.
Chris is really interesting. I kind of feel like he has this sort of angular kind of thing going on, which I hope I can capture, but we'll see how it works.
Professional artist Catherine Dorelli created her self-portrait referencing a photograph and a mirror. Drawn to the darker elements in her painting, she chose a neutral background to emphasise the jet black of her dress.
Now, you've got this very dark colour behind. Is that a problem?
I don't know. I mean, I was thinking, yeah, this is great, but then it's kind of playing to my worst tendencies to just throw earth colours down, which isn't really great, because I just produce these very, very brown paintings if I'm not careful.
How much does the lightness matter, and does it come and go?
I suppose what I usually think is it's nicer to get something that's striking, but on the other hand, you have to kind of know it's them, don't you? Otherwise, it's kind of like, it's not really a portrait.
So this series, Kathleen, our backgrounds have been inspired by nature and the environment. What have we got today?
We've taken the cultivated land. We've got beautiful, rich, earthy soil. We've got the wonderful fields of rapeseed in a blue sky. And then we've also celebrating all the colours that you find in an allotment.
Ali has a tremendously strong look.
He's heroic. He's got these incredibly sharply defined features. And when you put that on top of that physicality and that suit, I think there's a lot there for his artists to sort of get into.
Arlene is obviously a choreographer.
Well, yeah, but for someone who's all about movement, she's been absolutely incredibly still, but, you know, not rigid.
And I mean, I'm worried Chris hasn't actually taken a breath for 2 hours.
I think Chris feels the responsibility, so he's sort of giving them good pose at the moment, but I'm hoping as the afternoon goes on that they'll strike up a conversation.
I'm quite disciplined when it comes to satisfying a task, and my mission today is obviously to satisfy the artist by sitting as still as possible. I take photographs, and when I'm at work, if people try and stimulate a conversation with me, they get a grunt for an answer. So aside from being still, I've been silent as well.
I think I want the artist to capture my physicality and my imagination. But, you know, I'm really excited because I imagine it's going to be 3 very, very different portraits.
Oh, it's amazing. Can't wait to see the different styles. Mary seems very focused, maybe a little bit nervous. With Martin, he's very chilled out, I think. Very chatty as well. And Ikra, like Mary, is very, very focused. I feel her style is quite detailed. So I'm actually looking forward to it because I just want to see the detail she goes to.
Ikra, it's lovely to see the colour come into your work, and you've responded so nicely to the sets.
Yeah, the colours are very bright, very joyful. It also complements with his dress.
Yeah, that grey against the pink is perfect, isn't it?
Yeah.
How are you feeling about time? Your work is obviously very fine, very detailed.
I am nervous.
Ikra Tariq's style draws on the Mughal miniature tradition used to illustrate manuscripts in 16th century India. Using the tiniest brushes, her paintings can take months to create.
You did a beautiful frame in your submission. Are you going to have time to play with the framing around the outside?
It's a long process, so I have no time for floral design because if I manage to complete the portrait, this will be the achievement for me.
It's not every day artists have the chance to paint a famous sitter, and one is making the most of the opportunity.
Arlene, what's your favourite dance to do yourself?
At the moment is absolutely contemporary dance. With it comes a freedom.
It's not rigid to steps and stuff.
It's not, which was the way I was trained.
Amateur artist Jacqueline Gartland quit her day job to become a full-time mum. Now her 3 boys have grown up, she's found more time to dedicate to art and has started taking commissions.
Jacqueline, I wondered if you're one of those artists who puts a lot of the self-portrait into the portrait of other sitters, because I sort of see a mashup of you and Arlene there.
Oh, really?
Is that something you tend to do? No, it's a wonderful combination.
I don't know. I suppose it's just a gently kind of approach that I have.
And no temptation whatsoever to put the background in any form?
I may do a yellow around her, but...
like a halo?
Half the time I'm hard-pressed to put in hair. I mean,
it's coming together really well. Thank you.
Thank you.
The artists have just over 2 hours left.
Adrian, how are you getting on?
So I've got all the underwork done. I've got a really good image for me to kind of colour in now. I think it does quite look like it.
Oh, it looks very much like it, yeah.
I'm glad I've got your seal of approval on that.
My seal of approval means nothing, as well you know.
I don't perfect the face before I move on to the background. The face will need heightening once I put the background in, so really do just need to get the right contrast.
I'm a bit worried about leaving the background too late in the clothes, which is a bit of a risk. But then, you know, it's portrait competition, so the face is probably the most important part.
I've started to do the background, constructing a Broadway scene around her. My biggest concern is overdoing the background. What could go wrong is not following my own advice.
Chris Packham, Arlene Phillips and Ali Jawad have been sitting for just over 2 hours.
Feeling a bit stiff?
Yeah, a little bit.
I think the sitters have a much, much tougher time. At least we can move.
Halfway through the day, how is it so far?
I'm feeling quite trepidatious today. There's some really promising work in the room.
Yeah, very special pieces, and we just get very worried that they're not going to fulfil their potential.
Let's talk about the portraits of Ali.
They are all splendid, and they are all incredibly different. So Ikra started with this divine miniature. It is so fine, and she's found this perfect balance in the oval. It's just fantastic.
It seems to me that Mary's was outstanding from the start.
I mean, I think Mary's painting's lovely. She's chosen this low-down position, which does give him this monumentality, but I think she's fussing with the likeness, and I think she should just go with what she's got and just get it done, because time's not on her side now.
Well, let's look at the portraits of Chris Packham. We've got Natasha, we've got Mark, and we've got Catherine.
It's interesting, in Chris's section, of course, it is overwhelmingly brown, and Chris has got this extraordinary top where he's accentuated is even more brown, and the artists are responding accordingly.
Mark is a very interesting artist, and I love that he has this particular aspect, which is sort of geometric. The likeness is quite harsh, but it's good and it's interesting.
Well, Arlene is sitting remarkably still for a dancer. And we've got Adrian, Necker, and Jacqueline, each of them highly different from the others.
I think Adrian is an example of an artist driven by the materiality or the stuff he uses, and he enjoys, using inks. And now there's a pinning down is happening, and it is changing in flavour.
And Necker, well, it's a theatre set.
Yes, it is a theatre set. And with Necker's portrait earlier today, when the theatre set wasn't there, I found there was a poignancy to it, and I don't know where that came from. But now that the theatre set's gone in, I'm worried that it's lost something of that figure sort of lost in space.
We'll have to see what happens.
I am sadly not good at art and actually came bottom of the class when I was told my picture looked like a spider had put ink on its feet and crawled all over the page. So I am in awe of artists.
When I create things, I pontificate about it for months. I don't normally manifest the discipline to sit down and finish something in 4 hours. So, from my perspective, it's remarkable.
So usually I don't look very presentable, so I wanted to look very presentable today. My outfit was for an awards ceremony, and I've not worn it since. I think the suit does bring out my my muscles, I guess. Probably because it's too tight. It should be a bit looser.
His muscles in that suit are bursting to get out, and he's got very powerful shoulders, so that message has to come through. But it's a good challenge.
Ali's beautiful. What can I say?
Thank you.
You put that beautiful grey wash of Ali's jacket in. You're not going to put the pattern in, are you?
I'm going to. I hope I have 1 hour.
And it's so fine, so the precision comes from how calm your hand is.
Yeah. When I create a line, I hold my breath to make it straight.
That is very scary.
Yeah, very scary.
Well, look, I must say you're doing a beautiful job, and
Thank you.
carry on with the smallest brushes I think we've ever had on this competition.
Getting certain features right may be key to capturing a likeness,
Is that good enough? I don't know if that's good enough.
but a sitter's personal style is just as important for artists wanting to create a striking portrait.
Mark, I think we've given you a bit of a gift of a sitter. Chris is wearing this fantastic top. He's got probably a perfect haircut for you, I'd say.
Yes, it's a result. Again, I kind of see them as bits of architecture. I think you can have fun with things like hair.
Ali's actually quite difficult in some ways because he has no hair on his head, but he has hair on his face. And that's the wrong way around for painting, really.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
You got your hair the wrong way around, Ali.
Yeah.
Did it on purpose. I thought I'd challenge you.
But yeah, it's not the easiest necessarily to paint.
Now look here, young Adrian, what's going on with that hair?
Yes, it's very blue, isn't it? I think it just looks really nice as an underpainting, as a colour kind of shining through. It's the kind of colour you would not associate with realistic portraiture. You would never imagine that a blue colour like that would look. But I think it works quite well. I think I'm going for a more punk side of it. I think she's got.
She'll be fascinated to see it. It's just the sort of thing she'll like.
The artists have just under half an hour to go.
Necker, I'm sensing frustration.
I wouldn't say frustration. I've kind of put all my ideas out there and I'm happy with what I have.
Right.
But now, my biggest concern is letting it become too busy. So I need to be careful.
The way I paint, I'm constantly trying to find the features in the person, and I really lost her. So, you know, a little bit panic stations, but I can see her coming back, so steady again.
He's got quite spiky hair, so I'm able to just do quick brush strokes. And he mentioned something about crazy colours, so I added a bit of blue, which I thought would be a cool touch.
I don't want to leave the suit plain, but it has very delicate lines. So I'm hoping it will complete on time.
It's all a bit tight, so what I'm going to do is try and loosen it up with a roller. It might make a terrible mess. We'll see. It's very much make or break.
Today's artists are approaching the end of their 4-hour challenge, painting Arlene Phillips, Ali Jawad and Chris Packham.
So, tell me what's wrong with the brush?
It's that I put thought into the construction lines. They get obliterated by the paint, and I want to put them back in.
Construction is the key word with you, isn't it?
It is, I'm afraid, yeah.
No,
yeah.
I love it.
Thank you.
I really want to reiterate some of these shapes, and then my plan is to kind of panic. Yeah, that's usually my plan, panic.
Artist, you have 5 minutes left.
Ooh. I'm putting the background in quite badly because that's all I've got time to do. I think, like most people, I'm probably feeling like I could do with 20 minutes to go, but I'm not unhappy with what I've managed.
In the last minutes, I'm doing a lot of praying, basically. I think I've definitely caught a likeness, definitely my style. More time would have been great, but hey-ho, that's the nature of the beast, I'm afraid, isn't it?
Artists, your time is up. Please put down your equipment and stand back from your portraits.
Arlene, this is a nerve-wracking moment, isn't it?
It really is, yeah. I've got butterflies.
OK, well, I won't keep you in suspense any longer then. Artist, can I please ask you to turn your easels?
It's quite an emotional experience, isn't it? To see 3 of me looking back at me.
Right, should we have a closer look?
Yeah.
Are you OK?
Yeah, I am.
Adrian.
This takes me back. I can see that ambition there and the way I thought no one could say anything to me. I was going to do it first. There's so much in here, but the figure is so me. It's just the way I look at the end of a day of work.
Oh, thank you so much.
This one is smashing into my heart because my mum died when I was 15. That could be my mum looking out. It's really, really beautiful.
Thank you so much, Jacqueline.
Thank you so much.
What a lovely
That's
reaction.
wonderful.
I'm afraid, Arlene, you know what's coming. I'm going to have to ask you to pick one now.
I feel it would be brave to take Jacqueline's, but I feel like I need to live now. So I want to take Necker's.
Thank you.
Ali, this is a very exciting moment. I'm going to ask all the artists to turn round your easels.
Oh, wow. You made me look better than what I am, thank you.
Mary did Head and Shoulders.
I wanted to emphasise the neck because you have such a powerful neck.
That's the first time anyone said that to me, so thank you. You got my nose perfect, because my nose is bent, so you've got, like, I'm glad you drew it bent. Thank you.
Well, it was fun to do.
Now, Iqra has done a wonderful miniature, which is exquisitely detailed.
Yeah, it's amazing, the detail you've gone in there. It's incredible.
Thank you.
Well, now, there comes a moment at which you have to choose.
They're all absolutely incredible. But, yeah, I think I'm probably going to side with Mary's one.
Chris, how did you find that?
Well, I achieved a lot mentally, I think.
Oh, did you?
If I can put into practice everything that I've thought about for the last 4 hours, I would have made significant progress.
Okay. Well, artists, can I ask you, please, to turn your easels?
Wow, yes. Amazing.
Let's go and have a closer
let's have a look. I just don't know how you've done that in 4 hours, Natasha. I really, really don't. Yeah, really, really good.
Thank you, Natasha. Brilliant.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. Mark?
I mean, obviously, I like the geometry and the colours. The colours are sort of cigars and brandy. I can catch a whiff. Yeah, sensational. It's got a sort of a sticky sweetness to it, a bit like sticking your finger into a jar of golden syrup and swirling it around. It's got all of that sort of movement. Yeah, I quite like that a lot.
Brilliant. Right, I'm going to make you choose one now.
The one that I'm going to choose is the one that I think I'm drawn to because of a part of my character, which is about meticulous analysis. So I'm going to go for Mark's.
As the artists unwind, the judges consider the work produced today.
I think all three artists dealt with the colour of Chris and the background fantastically well. And I think Kathy particularly made this brown a real asset. And I like the aspect that she caught of Chris.
Mark's version of Chris, that is a very dynamic Chris, and he hasn't hidden the workings of the painting, and I like that.
It's got this rigidity with all the geometry, but there's also freedom. He sort of doesn't obey all the rules.
I think Natasha worked with the colour range that she had today very well. I don't think the likeness is quite there. She's one of our younger artists, and I think it was quite a challenge for her, but she's given us a very complete painting.
I love Jacqueline's reduced portrait of Arlene.
It's sensitive. It's not, well, I was going to say it's not overly shouty, but then we've got the yellow line around it, which sort of does something completely different. But I can see why she did it.
Necker can get people so quickly, and I think she wants to do more than that, doesn't she? She wants to go beneath the skin.
And even though I think the stage set is very real, I worry that she overloaded the work with too much information.
I mean, Adrian's Arlene shows an incredible skill at playing with the material of the paint and being able to make stuff up.
I suppose the only thing for me is I'm not really sure about how wild and undone the hair is, in contrast with how perfect the face is.
I think Iko did a fantastic job. She's transcended the tradition whilst keeping the key elements there.
And what is extraordinary is she has the power of the man.
I love Martin's use of colour, and this was a gift of a set. The main problem I have really is actually the physicality, that we've lost so much of the identity of the sitter.
Mary's profile of Ali shows a powerful man.
The more I look at this, the more I love it. That block of the jacket, the block of the dusky red, but then, of course, all the detail is in the actual face. It's so well put together.
So you like it, then?
I quite like this one.
The judges must get 9 portraits down to a short list of 3.
Blimey, OK, where do we start?
Can we just move those two just slightly off and just focus on these and see if we feel that we have enough there?
OK, these together.
Yeah, because actually once you see these 3, you realise it's very difficult for the others to compete.
It's unusual, isn't it, as well? That's what I really like about it.
Yeah.
Of course, what it does mean is that the next stage is going to be really horrendous.
But, I mean, what a nice position to be in, and all 3 very cool artists.
Artists, hats off to each one of you for doing so well under pressure.
After examining your work, the judges have chosen an initial shortlist of 3. The first artist is Ikra Tariq. The second artist is Mark Oliver. The third artist to be shortlisted is Mary Shepperson.
I'm feeling so elated that Arlene chose my portrait. So I feel like I've won, even if I might not have. It was a really lovely experience.
Well, 3 artists left. They painted 3 fine self-portraits, and none of them have deviated too much from that successful formula.
The work has the same strengths, but also showing us what else they can do with different colours, different tones.
I think we disadvantaged the artists who were painting Chris Packham because we gave them that very brown background.
I think it was a difficult background, but Mark used it to really bring out some of the features in the face, the way he painted that yellow fabric. It's just sensational.
Yeah, I realise in looking at both of his works is that he plays with the geometry, but he doesn't take it so far that it becomes unbelievable.
Ikra gave us a very refined miniature of Ali.
I'm surprised how Ikra, in this very small pictorial world of hers, can really capture the physical shape and feel of a body. And she's done it in her self-portrait with the tilt of her head. And today with her portrait of Ali, it's just the way the head sits on the shoulders. We don't see the rest of him, but here we get a forceful, strong man.
Mary has given us a very handsome, very noble Ali.
And I think that it's a really interesting likeness because she was absolutely dead set on staying low and giving us that monumentality. And she's done it using these really good-looking paint marks. Her self-portrait had this fantastic lightness of touch, and I think she's taken it even further today with Ali.
A lot of it is about stylization. That highlight on the nose shouldn't really work, but it's just one of the most beautiful noses in history.
Wow, in history?
In history.
So, a decision to be made.
An impossible one.
Mark, Ikra, Mary, it's no small achievement to have got this far. However, only one of you can go forward to the semi-final.
The artists that the judges have selected brought to bear their distinctive style to produce an arresting portrait. That artist is Mark Oliver.
Wow, it's an absolute accolade, isn't it? I mean, to be shortlisted was fantastic. To win is mind-blowing.
It's really meant quite a lot. I mean, it's made me take my art seriously, which I really didn't before. It's been an amazing day.
Mark has done an exceptional job. His color palette is so unique and his strokes are so different. So well done to him.
Mark gave us fantastic self-portrait. So to see the way in which he constructed Chris, using the same principles but toning them down, it's only going to be good going forward.
I guess I'm coming back, aren't I? And then I think more immediately there may be some alcohol required, so, and some sleep.